Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, February 12th, 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is actually the second podcast recording. The first one was interrupted by a phone call, which I have to make sure does not happen again. I have to get in there and beat the phone calls. I am so happy you're here. If you're new to this podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. And also find me on Facebook under my business page, Spiritual Teacher Lisa Hopp. And I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share. I would appreciate it so very much. Now, I have to be honest. The coffee portion of this podcast has been replaced with tea and honey. Apparently, I've been using my voice yet again too much, and I have a little bit of a situation with coughing. But gosh, 2 sips of tea, and I feel like I'm better to go. And it has honey in it, so it's just wonderful. So you might hear that from time to time, but hopefully not too much. I don't want it to be a distraction. So today's topic is how your envy can lead to instant manifestation. Now, in all honesty, I feel that a lot of us, if not every human being on this earth for the most part, has had a moment where they have seen something that they've wanted. And you can call it envy. We would hope not to be jealous of what we see around us. And a lot of times what we envy, we're looking at it from the outside. We assume that someone's marriage is so wonderful when only inside the doors knows how it really is. And that is not being negative at all. And sometimes we see a material item that we want. Sometimes we feel that those who are very wealthy must have a great life, and we'll envy that. But really, envy is just an opportunity for you to see what you would like to order from the universe. It is informational. It is not meant to be negative, and it shouldn't be negative. You see, you are able to have what anyone else has on this earth. There is always infinite paths for you to choose from and for you to create. And they're all lined up. All of what you've rocket flared out with your emotions, with your words, and with your thoughts. So that's why it's so important to pay attention to what they are. If they are limited in any way, if they are defeating, they need to change. They need to go, to be replaced with what is empowering and positive and speaks about your life as you want it to be in the present tense. Meaning that if you see a relationship that you envy, you proclaim for yourself, I am in an ideal, loving relationship. I am fulfilled. I am happy. I am in a solid relationship. And if you proclaim that while feeling it, and even while envisioning it, just for a few moments, that will start to try and make its way into your life. But you have to be aligned with it. And that's why I want to talk about instantaneous manifestation. Because there are people on this earth that can instantly manifest, and you can as well. So how do they do it? They have to align with it. They have to not only ask for it, but know that they're worthy and deserving of having it. There can be no doubt. It has to be a part of their being. It has to be a part of their DNA. If you want wealth, for instance, you got to walk around already knowing that you are that. And it's not of the head, though the thoughts are very important. It's of yourself, of your being, of your knowing. And it's just deeper. It's just in the core. And so that when you do receive it, which can be instantaneous, meaning of that day or the next day or the day after that, very quickly. You almost, it's almost like you have a bit of an expectation, like, oh, here it is. I'm not surprised. Even if it's life-changing, you're already feeling so comfortable with it, to change is not all that drastic. So if you're at a place where it would be a massive change to your life, when it's more like a dream or a fantasy, then you are not aligned with what you had asked for. But know that you are powerful, you are unlimited, and that whatever you would ask for is yours to have. So today, or whenever you listen to this, note, what have I been wanting for myself? What have I seen in others? What grass have I thought is greener next door to me? And don't get into the weeds of, they have something I don't, and any pointed arrow that would be more negative, because you're only going to get more of those thoughts and not what you would want, not what you truly want, not what you would ask for. When you note it, say, okay, yes, I am perceiving what I see or what I think I see, and that's what I want for myself. Okay, universe, send it to me. And your job is not to worry about the hows. It is not to worry about, what step-by-step progress you have to make. Yes, do you at some point have to take inspired action? Absolutely. But it doesn't have to be all about that. And it shouldn't be all about that. The alignment has to happen first. The feelings within. So for instance, if you're feeling like a millionaire walking around this world, then you're going to see that people want to be generous with you. And yes, one channel of becoming a wealthy person could be winning something. And if you get a gut to do that, you should do that. Because the universe will use whatever channel it wants. But you could also find it comes in another way. There's not just one way to get where you're going or to manifest what you're asking for. But you do have to have, again, those emotions and those thoughts and those the speaking voice lined up. Now, I happen to be one that feels that sometimes we talk like we already have it, that we will bump up against other people and their story and their feelings, which might trigger us in doubt and disbelief. But if you're strong, if you're walking around like, I've really got it good in this life, and you talk about what you're doing in, whether it's taking the trip or buying the home or whatever, and you're able to let whatever is said to you bounce off of you, then go ahead and talk. Some who are masters at manifestation will keep, or even masters at building businesses and things in this world, will keep things to themselves until they can show the results. And that's okay to do. I guess it is aligned in some way with not always talking about what you do have. And I'm one like that. I don't, I'm not one to go around and talk about how much my salary is or anything like that. But I will talk about what my heart, what my goals are, as if they've already happened. I will do that. But sometimes I don't even do that because I just want to plan them quietly. And so in that way, if it is easier for you to just think it and to feel it and not really talk about it, that is okay to go that way. That will make you successful. But when you do speak, don't speak like you don't have it. Never say can't. Never say I cannot afford it Or I would do that if somebody would gift it to me. Or I'd quit my job if I hit the lottery. Never say things like that. Because what you're doing is coming from a place of lack. Lack of alignment. Lack feelings overall. And this just doesn't apply to finances. It applies to love. It applies to health. If you walk around constantly talking about your condition, I'm going to take some tea now. Let's say you've been diagnosed with something and you talk about it a lot. It is very important, yes, to do what you can to seek treatment, to have the complement. Some people do not choose to compliment, but the compliment is all right. But it is better. It is so much better to, if you want healing, if you want the cure, to speak from a place of health, not a place of disease. Because what you speak of expands. What you focus on expands. It is all right to serve in the way of charitable donations and things. You just don't dwell in the disease. Dwelling in disease, yes, can expand the disease. And so it is important to be in that place of health, wealth of health, and to have a higher energy. That is why they say laughter is the best medicine, because it raises your vibration and it helps your body to restore itself, to come into a place of healing. Also, visualize yourself. Visualization. Do you have to have a formal meditation practice? It's best, but it's also all right to look at your vision board and see yourself first person in those pictures. To look online and see yourself in that home. I love to look at mansions in different cities to see if that's where I'd like to be. And I never think to myself that I cannot be there, that I cannot afford it. What's meant to be with the will and alignment will be. It's natural law. Now, some of you, all of you perhaps at times, have gotten into that reality talk. Reality. Well, I'm breaking it to you. Reality is created by you. Are you happy with your current reality in every single way? If you are, well done. You did it. You created. However, what I'm talking about here is the reality that we often talk about where, oh, come on, but I had a hard time paying that bill this month. So how can I walk around like a millionaire? Maybe if my job paid me more. One day I hope to, though. I hope to retire. I hope I can. We talk like that, don't we? I don't personally, but many people do. And what is so often not understood, even if you know it, it's like somehow you're programmed to forget it, but you're talking and creating your future off of what you're saying today. Do you want more of not being able to afford it? Do you want more of something off in your relationship area? So when you complain about what's happening in your love life, when you complain about your job, when you complain about your health, you're just going to get more of that. You are literally creating your tomorrow today. What do you think of that? I bet that doesn't make you altogether happy, does it? But thankfully, you have the power today to change it. Changing it within, speaking the feelings and the thoughts and the new beliefs with your words and bringing a new world to yourself, a new body, a new chapter, a new beginning. And it's in its own divine timing, by the way. We would love, wouldn't we, as a human species, to spend just one day feeling like a millionaire, talking like a millionaire, and then the next day we're a millionaire. And that wasn't hard. Good. But no, it is a process. You have to live it. You have to be it. You have to become it for the long term. And then the physical, which is always last, will come around and let you see it with your naked eyes. Now here's a trick that lets you know when you're about to manifest. A little clue. When you can see your new chapter with your naked eye and not with your mind's eye or through visualization, meditation, when it's there and you're seeing it with your naked eyes, it's about to plop. It happened to me several perfect cars ago when I was in an old car. And if you listen to this podcast every week, you've heard this story before, but it's such a great example. I was in an older car at the time. It's probably like, I guess, 9 years older than what I wanted. I wanted a new car of a certain design. I'd gotten the car because of the lower car payment. It was in all right condition. It was like, it wasn't let's just say I dated this car, but it wasn't love. All right. But I tried to have gratitude for it. That it was a vehicle that was getting me where I was going. But I was doing my affirmations. I was doing my meditations. I was doing all the work to bring the car I really wanted to me. And then one day, I am driving to my work, and inside of this car, suddenly the other car appeared. The other car appeared with my naked eye. I got so excited. My morning was made because I knew that was an indicator that something manifestational wise was about to happen. Oh, I was overjoyed. And I would say, in a matter of weeks, events happened to bring me to my dream car. And since then, I've upgraded it twice. And that's a clue. It's a clue. When you can really be in it. I mean, even if you can smell it too, the new car smell, it's close. It's close. And it can't be forced. It happens on its own when you have reached that alignment. It's like, as I always say, I don't promote gambling. I don't judge gambling either, by the way. But when people win at the lottery, sometimes they can get their numbers in a dream because they're aligned. So they're in that infinite source when they're asleep, and the infinite source connects them into the numbers. Now, it can also do that through the numbers they play every day, too. It doesn't have to, be numbers through a dream. It's about alignment. And many people who play the lottery have it as a wish, a hope, luck. So they don't win. At least don't win a lot. They don't win the big jackpot. You have to be in alignment to win. You have to feel like the multimillionaire already. Comfortable with it. It's your world. You have friends, potentially, or already have friends that are millionaires too. It's your world. And that's fun. Isn't that something? In the way of health, you feel healed first. And you'll notice, my body's feeling better. Maybe I'm walking better. Maybe that thing that used to bug me is not there anymore. And that's because you're in alignment with healing. Often again done through meditations. And there are teachers out there to help you with guided meditations. You can do it on your own by putting on some light music or staring at a candle, walking meditations. And there's also wonderful guided meditations that honestly are for you on YouTube for you to discover. I myself currently love to listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza for meditations, but it's whoever can help you. Whoever can help you. Because we're all drawn to different teachers. We all have our own style, our own taste, I guess. The game of life is not about bad luck or good luck. It's not about good and bad. That doesn't exist. It's about energy and what you are aligned with. And it's very freeing to realize that you have the power in your life, that you are not a puppet, that it's, that somebody else was born with a silver spoon in their mouth and you weren't. So, oh well, I have to work hard for the money and maybe they don't. No, it's not like that. Yes, sometimes people are born with silver spoons in their mouth, but you can also buy them. You can also acquire them in other ways. You are equal. We all have access to the same energy. It is what we do about it that matters. And you have the power to do something about it. So once again, when you are drawn to anything, note it. When you're noticing a couple standing together and laughing and you say, I love that, I want that in my life, ask for it. You can ask for it through journaling it, typing it, or just shrugging and going, hi, universe, could you send me that, please? Thank you. Bob Proctor, who is now passed, was a wonderful teacher of natural law. And his favorite phrase was, I am so happy and grateful now that I have. When you know what you want in your life, I am so happy and grateful now that I have full health, that I am healed. I am so happy and grateful now that I have infinite wealth. I am so happy and grateful now that I have a fulfilling relationship. And get up every day with gratitude and say it and know it and feel it and be it. And then watch. If you're out of your own way, the magic starts to happen. It has happened to me, or I wouldn't be talking about it because I don't talk about things that aren't true. I just don't. We are at a momentous, super wonderful time. Believe it. We are. The Earth's energy is rising. And we are, in our way, rising with it. And it was predicted that we would be at a time where we would understand natural law and the power of our minds. And we're doing it now. There are people time traveling, though they should do it with caution, taking a drink. Because when you time travel, if you go to another time that would be considered the past, though time is different. As we know, it's really an illusion. But you don't want to have a ripple effect with your little time travels and start to really play with things too much. But can people leap to another time? Yes. And there are meditations out there to do that. Carefully. Yes, it can be done. We're at a time where we understand that we create our lives. And that was predicted. It was predicted decades ago, and here we are. It was understood then, it's understood now that the universe is expanding because of us. Thought and emotion makes creation. So when we discover a new universe or something, that was us all along, desiring that in some way. This is going to blow your mind. Unicorns are real. Things are real because we created them. So the creation can be quite interesting at times. Doesn't mean that a unicorn's going to go into your backyard tomorrow. But are they of an existence? Absolutely. Because someone conjured it up, if not more than one person. You're a conjurer as well. Make sure of what you're conjuring is what you're truly wanting and not something else. It should make you feel good. It should make you happy and joyful. And also, when somebody comes into things, when you see the loving relationship, send them love, wish them well. Be happy for them. Be happy for the lottery winners. Be happy for the person who has their dream job. Because the happier you are for others, the more the universe will allow you to be happier for you. That's so important as well. You gotta wipe the negativity out. And yes, it's hard sometimes to send love to another. People can be a pickle. But what I've learned is that the sour pickles among us are the ones that need love the most. You don't have to tell them. You don't have to have them as your posse. But should you send them energetic love? Absolutely. Try to have understanding, patience. Those who are the most sour pickles need the love the most. And it's important. It's very important. So change those inner self feelings, words, thoughts to talking, feeling, being what you really want for your life. And knowing that you're equal to others in what you can receive. And enjoy that energy. Enjoy that energy of others manifesting and you noting that wouldn't be bad as well. The more you become an expert at it, that is when instantaneous manifestation happens. You have my word. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful Super Bowl Sunday, whether you're a football person or not. Go Eagles. And I wish you all the best. And have a wonderful week. And I'll talk to you next time. And for anyone who is a Kansas City fan, I shake your hand and wish you well. Have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you next time. Many blessings.